you feel about the new relationship between New Orleans and Durban, South Africa, and the arrival of Essence here? And how has South Africa treated you so far since you've been here?
Well, I think, first of all, it's not a coincidence that it's South Africa, New Orleans, United States, Africa, because we all know where we come from. And so that was a great partnership in the beginning. South Africa has always been very kind, very loving, very warm. We love that. I mean, and that also kind of coincides with the way New Orleans treats us when we go to New Orleans. So it was the perfect match for me. And of course, you all know I love South Africa. This is not my first time in South Africa. I have been to the Mandela's house for tea, and this for me is just like coming home. It, first of all, is legendary, and then it is very humbling to be a part of something so huge and to know that this phenomenon, this legend, is on stage, and then I get to be on that same stage. It's very humbling. It's amazing. I love it, and thank you all again for having us. Yes. Well, again, I love South Africa. It's one of those places when you land, you feel like you're home. And it's always, whenever I come, it feels like I'm home. It definitely feels a lot greater this time because the President and First Lady greeted me, had a chance to actually have conversation with them. And again, I just feel so blessed to be here.
We know that early this year, Essence honored you with local artists.
Yes, yes. Well, first of all, Essence will help us in getting those artists. You already know that with Sunday Best, Crazy Kirk Franklin came over and he started doing, and crazy in a ha-ha way, not crazy like kind of way, but so what we're trying to do is make sure that we match those artists who already have some type of notoriety here so we can bring them over to the States, just like folks over there can come over here and be a part of the local gospel scene. I think it's going to be a wonderful merger.
Monsieur
Adams, earlier this year, you were honored by Essence.
Yeah.
And now you're here in South Africa being honored yet again. How
Yes.
does that make you feel?
First of all, it makes me feel that what I've done over the course of these years for gospel music means something, and then to come over to the motherland and be honored by my other brothers and sisters, man, you see this big smile on my face? That's why, because I absolutely adore the culture. I am a part of the culture, and I think that the best music, the best food, the best, I guess, camaraderie comes from South Africa.
Miss Yolanda, I know that you're very much involved in the communities with initiatives where you help the poor, etc., and you're behind the girl child. We're living in an age where HIV is really rife. Can you speak to the girls out there that would, they see you as the legend? What do you say to them at this current moment in time with regards to how they should treat themselves and protect themselves from contracting HIV?
Well, protect yourself from everything. We just concentrate on HIV, we concentrate on sexually transmitted diseases. How about protect yourself from everything? How about love yourself enough to say, I can save myself, I can keep myself, and if it's that horrible where you can't, protect yourself. Definitely, but get the knowledge. When you get knowledge about who you are, that comes from the Word of God. When you find out that you're more than a conqueror, when you find out you have power and authority above all the power of the enemy, when you find out that your words matter and whatever you speak into the atmosphere, it comes to you. I want you to be protected from AIDS and HIV, but more than anything, I want you to know that you are born of God. God is your Father, and He has so much greater for you than just a momentary, a slight little moment of pleasure that could really hurt you for the rest of your life. You got to think about it. What do I want for my life? I want to be able to read so that when I read, nobody can hide any kind of information for me. I want to have a say in the world, so that means I have to be I really have to look at education. And when I look at education, how am I going to get to that next level in my education? I'm a stickler for education, being a former educator and now a doctor. You know, I look at education as it's one of those things that can't keep you, you know, once you have it, nobody can take it away from you. And then love yourself. When you love yourself, nobody has to say, oh, baby, you fine. You know, none of that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nobody has to tell you that, because somehow, some way, you know that you already are. And then once you love yourself, just laugh at yourself when you do some dumb stuff. I've done some dumb stuff in my life, and I had to turn around and laugh at it. So if I could tell the young women, young men, everybody across the nation, across the world, love you, educate, read more than you listen, and then, you know, and then laugh at yourself, because life is really funny.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We are not seeing you. This is not the last time you are coming here, I guess.
I'm sorry?
We are not seeing you for the last time in South Africa.
Never, 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 never. I will always come back to South Africa. It is one of those places that you can't, I mean, there's no denying. It's a beautiful land, beautiful people, great food, and I like to eat. So I will definitely be back.
One last question. Entrepreneurs, Essence had a legacy breakfast and also had a ladies' breakfast the other day, and we had many ladies of your stature. Now, can you speak to the entrepreneur out there, a lady who thinks, I don't have money, I don't think I have what it takes to start a business and get out of poverty? Speak to them.
Oh, I could sit down a long time about that, because as an entrepreneur, I didn't get the funding from a major bank or anything like that. I got it because I took the time to save my own money and invest in myself. So, you know, that's how you have to do it sometimes as a woman, because even in America, where you think we have a whole bunch of rights, there are still those places where we don't have a lot of rights. So what you do is you get a bunch of your friends together as an entrepreneur, and you pull in your money with their money and their money with your money, and you start with a great idea. Let that great idea take you as far as your imagination and as far as you want to go, because it's possible. I'm a witness. It's possible.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.